Hey friends, it's Lori here.
And Michelle.
Welcome back to our channel. We are so thankful to have you here for clicking on this video. If you're new to us, hi, we are so thankful to having you here. We are twin sisters and we are sharing our life here following Christ, and we are into health, fitness, wellness, beauty, and of course family. I am a mom of 2 girls. So in today's video, Michelle and I thought it would be kind of fun to put together to show you all what our summertime schedule and flow has been looking like over here, knowing that Michelle and I, we have our own business and we work from home, and then my kids are usually at school during the traditional school year, but it's out for summer, and some things that we're trying differently this summer. That is what this video is going to be all about, so stay tuned.
Exactly, and if you're listening over on the podcast and you want to see a visual of what we're going to be sharing here in today's episode, make sure you head over to the link below so you can find out all the details, how to get to the video, and any links or anything Laura and I mentioned in today's video will be in there as well. So please enjoy, and we hope this serves you. So in today's video, we are going to be sharing our schedule. It's not perfect, it's not set in stone. Like here today, as we're filming this, we're doing this first thing in the morning, so it's opposite of how we've been doing things. But I just want to mention that this is not about this. We do this every day to the T type of thing. But we're going to see
flexible over here.
So as we talk here, you're going to see, if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, you're going to see overlaid videos of Laura and I, kind of some examples, and then we're going to throw in some actual live moments of it all happening as well. Well, quickly, we've already shared Lori and I's early morning routine with Jesus. Lori has shared her early morning routine with her kids were in school, and a lot of you guys enjoyed them, so that's again why we're here sharing what we're going to be doing during the summer. So with that being said, we still do start, Lori and I, for the most part, most days, start our morning still with our morning routine, so we'll make sure we link up that video down below.
It's pretty much the same routine that we've been doing, and it's just, so far, it's just really been working for us, so we've been doing that. And then goes into my mommy morning routine. We did the mornings with Jesus. Then I would usually do my table basket, which I shared that video, so make sure you check out that video as well, me going over my table basket. Usually I do that before my kids went to school. So now here during the summer, I wanted to keep up with doing the morning table basket, so we are still doing that in the morning. So again, after we all get ready for the day, we all head downstairs and pretty much have breakfast, and then I go into moving into our morning basket. And then I usually, depending on how long the morning basket usually takes, and Michelle usually comes back upstairs and starts working on a different project of ours, like editing a video or something, where I'm still downstairs with the kids, either cleaning up the kitchen or doing something. The word is righteousness, so it's helping you describe what that means. What does it mean that God is righteous? He's never done anything wrong.
No, Mama, I
so we
bet
can
that.
have confident in our
Mommy,
God, our
I
Creator.
bet that. I bet that.
You did. Pray for aunts and uncles. For who makes you
For who makes you
different from anyone else?
different from anybody else?
What do you have
What do you have
that you did not receive?
that you received?
Why do you
Why do you
boast as though you did not?
boast as you do?
What
Like the what
creativity
did
is?
she say?
She said I didn't raise my hand. So, Lila, can you tell me either what creativity might mean or an example of creativity? Example?
Is Jesus. He is the great I am.
So, Jesus, you are a great I am. Those for others. And lately I've been trying to aim to start our homeschooling here during the summer at 8:30 with the kids every morning, and I usually do that by calling them back upstairs and
You can have them back now. Really great. That's really great to hear. Yeah. Oh. Here, I got it. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Pull me up. Stop it. Come on. You touch me. You don't.
they like to start off doing with their morning journal. So I just get out a journal, I have them practice writing the date, and then they finish a sentence, and then they usually draw a picture. It's very similar to what Madison did during kindergarten, so she's very comfortable with it. And so I'm also trying to prep Lila for kindergarten as well on top of it, even though her teacher might be doing something different. But the other reason why I wanted to share this all, because something that sparks last year in the midst of COVID in the schools, some schools not opening, some schools doing everything online, a lot of people started doing homeschooling. Something clicked inside of me. It's like, oh, maybe I should do homeschooling, which never in a million years would I've ever thought I would ever consider homeschooling. And so I started doing tons and tons of research with Michelle's helped me out in that. We found a lot of great books. We found a lot of great other moms online and on Instagram that do homeschooling. We've been following them and seeing what they do. So I've been just doing on the side tons of research and playing around with different ideas.
Pretty much the whole last year when her kids were actually in school, she was doing this on the side.
Yeah.
So it was good. Like with a lot of parents, a lot of people, we've heard other people that started homeschooling, was COVID kind of something they always thought about and jump-started. Some people did it because of it and then liked it. So it's something that we're being open
very open to do it maybe down the road.
So I guess in a sense you could say this summer is like a test for it to see how we can incorporate Lori and I's business with them doing that and learning and playing time and spending time with family and things like that.
Balancing it all out with so many of us have a lot of different things that we're balancing out.
So
that was one thing. So like, well, let me create a little, not quite like a curriculum type thing, but let me just find a few things to do and kind of do that every single day to a point with some few things mixed in with some flexibility mixed around, knowing the girls know that Michelle and I have our own business, that we do need time to do videos like this, and we have our Bible study videos.
Like for instance, right now, after we all had breakfast and stuff, Lord and I had more coffee, we came up here to film first as they're playing downstairs together.
Yeah, so you might hear them in the background, but then when we're done here, I will call them up and we'll start it. So one thing I do is, I told you I got into doing a whole bunch of research for homeschooling, and again, I'm very open to it. Maybe in a year or two, maybe I will consider doing that with my kids. I've talked to my kids about it. They are totally open to it, totally for it. But next year we do plan on sending them back to the traditional school system. We do have a really good school here that we are zoned in, and Madison really enjoyed her school year last year. So right now they're both going into school in the fall, but I'm still open to figuring out this if it is something down the road that will be a possibility, to see if it can work out in Michelle and I's schedule as well. But this one great resource is called the peacefulpress.com, and I think this was one of her freebies. I think she offered some schedules, and I really like that because, again, a newbie to any like type of schooling, if you're new to, like, having someone kind of give you a set schedule and idea.
Which is why we're sharing this.
Yeah, and so that's what a lot of other moms did, and I really enjoyed it. Anyway, she gave a blank one. It's for the morning time. Like, to me, it would be like kind of like what you want to do with your table basket. I didn't approach this calendar that way. I kind of have my system, which you saw in my table basket, but I just did this, which is what I'm going to focus on every day. Like, so this was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It wasn't, again, set in stone, but just gave me like an overview. So we always start our mornings with the journal, like I said, then we move into our Bible study or devotion time. One thing Michelle and I did actually inside my program, His Strong Children, I did an Armor of God series with my kids. First time ever teaching my kids about the Armor of God, and it was definitely a test run, but it was really, I just want to show moms, like, if you never talk to your kids about Jesus or the Bible or certain things, biblical truths, like, you just got to jump in and start doing it, no matter if you think your kids are listening or if you think they're really understanding the concepts. I don't know if my kids fully understand still the concept of the armor of God, but still in my eyes, I'm setting these seeds for them for down the road. So we always start our day off the journal, and then we move right into the Bible study time. And then I also, another new resource that I found was Cross-Formed Kids. It's an online program, and they set lessons up on a weekly basis, and we've done the first 3 weeks of their lessons.
They have like music and songs, which you're gonna see some here, and
usually an activity of some sort, and they're short, simple, really fun, just great little, again, conversation starters with your kids. And my kids have really enjoyed it. They've already started memorizing the songs and what the lesson is about. So highly recommend everybody looking into Cross-Formed Kids if you're a mom like that, just needs more of structure of how to start things going. And then, of course, His Strong Children, if you join our Move Live Faithfully online fellowship, you get access to all of my real life Bible studies of how I'm just doing it, just messy, raw, just doing it with my kids. Variety of things you have made, O Lord. In wisdom you have made them all. The earth is full of your creatures. Madison, who are you?
A creation of God.
Who are you?
God's creation.
Psalms 96. Sing a new song to the Lord, all you people of the earth. Sing to the Lord, sing to the Lord, praise him. Day after day, tell about how he saves us. Tell the nations about his glory. Tell all people about the wonderful things he has done. The Lord is great. He is really worthy of praise. People should have respect for him as the greatest God of all. All the gods of the nation are like their statues. They can't do anything, but the Lord made the heavens. Glory and majesty are all around him. Strength and glory can be seen in his temple. The glory of God lives on forever. So that's one reason why God created all of us and all things. Bring him glory and pleasure. Brilliance. Every lasting love points to his emotional IQ of God. Every act of service points at his compassion. God's glory is the source of all other glories. Yes, you can, love.
Because many want to take with it.
He created out of his generosity and abundance. That's how much he loves his creation.
A lion.
Paint a lion with your fingers, right? That's what are you going to do? Color of what God created.
A tree.
A tree. I love it. All right.
Like this, Mama.
Why did this God make you and all things?
For pleasure and his glory.
For God's pleasure and glory. Lila, why did this God make you and all things, like a lion?
His pleasure and his glory and because he's
I usually move on to like traditional school prep, but I brought these little books off Amazon. They're like kindergarten prep and first grade prep, and then some math books for them. So we usually kind of do that. I usually spend about 20 to 30 minutes total going through just a few pages in each book with the kids. And
So why Lloyd's doing all this? I'm obviously in between filming them, doing things, but also I'm in here doing in our office where we're filming this now, doing work on our projects, editing videos, social media, emails, things like that. So.
yeah. So once that's all done with the traditional schoolwork, then I would move on to, usually I kind of every once in a while give like a 5-minute break. So I'd set my phone on a timer for a 5-minute break, and the kids can do whatever they want, not 5 minutes, and then when they hear the ring go off, they know it's time to kind of come back. Resource for this next part of my school day with the kids is like kind of like science-y based stuff. So we do this with this new book I found from Master Books, which you'll see here in the video. So it was part of one of the activities I want to do for my kids. I got this from Master Books. It's a homeschooling site that I've been looking into for different things, and so we're studying this God's design of heaven and earth for beginners, and so today we're on lesson 2, and the kids so far have really been enjoying it. Okay, kids, come sit down for our science class, part 1. All right, lesson 2, the atmosphere. And that spells the word atmosphere. So what again is another name for air?
atmosphere.
What's a And then once we're done with any part of the science class, discussion stuff, then we will move on to, Michelle and I call like a religion apologetic class. Right now it's mostly focusing on apologetic. I do down the road plan on teaching my kids other religions. I think it's really important to teach your kids everything. I think it strengthens their faith. I know it definitely strengthens my faith. So
getting ready to work out of this book with the kids, and today we're focusing on how can I get to know God better? How do I get to know God better? And you have an idea? Hello, Sailor. And my little gymnastics girl down there, you guys ready to learn? All right.
So moving on to after that, we said we go into apologetic, which you just heard. Michelle and I have really just been enjoying this side of it too, because it's books and topics we want to kind of get better at. And I have been teaching my kids like why we're studying this stuff is because I never was taught that you could really ask questions, and questions are okay to do. That actually can help you go stronger in your faith and stuff. And I just really been enjoying it. So I want my kids to understand, like, maybe they thought of this question, like, yeah, who is God? Who is this Trinity? And, why does God like me? And all these things that I have a couple different resources for apologetics. Right now, you'll see here in this video the first one that I'm focusing on, the book of going through with them. Then I have Mama Bear Apologetics, which I listen to their podcast. It's really great. So I'm excited to then dive into their book after this one. So
I think we have one more too, I think, that's geared toward kids. I can't remember what it is.
I think another book called Honest Answers also is kind of set up that way. We can ask questions and have discussions. So I have all these great resources lined up down the road.
Oh, and then the Natasha Crane book.
Oh yeah, Natasha Crane, another great resource.
So we'll kind of move on one book.
Just kind of work through them on. And one of those things, like with all of this, so you just have to start having these conversations with your kids. You just have to start doing it. Whenever I introduce something new, I'm always like, kind of like, hey kids, we're going to try something new here. This is now what we're going to start doing, and kind of let them know ahead of time. And then eventually the more you do it, the more they get used to it as well. So we would have that time. After that, again, I usually would have like a break if I see the kids kind of like getting antsy. Then we have like a little circle time in a way where we kind of again go over, like we have a board where we go over like what day it is and what month are we in and all that stuff real quickly. Again, that takes like 5-10 minutes to do all that. And any other discussion that kind of happened, I leave it open and we can just discuss whatever's going on. And then usually Michelle and I would break for exercise time. And I love teaching my kids the importance of just basic movement just to keep their body strong and healthy as best it can be. And so we go and exercise with the kids, which you see here. All the animals coming to exercise with us. Now it's exercise time here today, and today we're going to be filming a workout.
Yep, that's my toy.
It is, kids were being creative, using our creativity, and we are doing a toy workout today to work.
And with these exercises, Laura and I just put a timer on them, go for it.
So lately, when we've been working out, I've just been playing off our worship playlist on our Spotify account, ones off that one, and so that's been really fun to do, and just seeing the kids try to do the stuff that Michelle and I do. It's just been a lot of fun, and I think they've really been enjoying it.
Sometimes they just goof off and they're into gymnastics right now, so they're doing stuff like that while Laura and I are moving, but sometimes we encourage them to do a move with us, so we just kind of keep it fun and playful. Similar workouts to like Laura's style inside His Strong Children.
Yeah. So then after all that, they're usually hungry, and they're always constantly asking, when's lunchtime, and they still want me to pack their lunch boxes up, so
Oh no, the other day they packed it.
Yeah,
themselves. Laura and I were filming a Bible study.
And I forgot to pack their lunch, and they're like, Mom, you forgot to pack my lunch.
That was kind of cool.
So it was really cool to see that they took the initiative to do that. Anyway, so then we sit down, and Michelle and I usually have, if we have our smoothie or something at that time with them, and again I just talk, and I usually continue since the table basket's right there. If we didn't finish something or something else is I want to discuss, I usually take that time again while we're sitting down and eating to discuss something else with them. I actually bought a new book. It's kind of like a history book. So this is actually a very new thing I'm doing. Just started ever since I told you, playing around.
Pretty much
always
since summer.
Yeah, open to new things and teaching my kids. And I've heard about this one before, so I read about a few pages while we sit down and eat. Usually again around this lunchtime. Sorry, Lila is joining us here for the end of this video. We're about to go start our school day. But anyway, so after that we exercise, play, eat lunch. I read that new book to them again. Any discussion, usually let them play. Sometimes about 20-30 minutes before we come back upstairs and finish anything that I didn't feel like we finished. if there's anything else I want
And
to do
sometimes
with
they have
them.
questions about something.
Yeah,
we
so it's kind of like
continue.
open there for a little bit, and then we move into quiet time, and that time kind of ranges, and the quiet time moves in next, and I usually do about an hour of quiet time eventually. I would love to move it to 2 hours, but right now it's just at an hour to kind of get them used to it. And it's quiet time, independent play. Sometimes they do want to play together, but I'm always like, Mommy's going to be doing work during this time. I need you girls to kind of play separately. And for the most part, they've done really well with the quiet time. But that's something new that I've been doing. So my kids have never done this before.
Well,
so it's new to them.
We did that to allow, that's when quiet time is good for them to learn to independent play. But it also, that's when Laura and I either we're filming a video or I'm showing Laura something or like we're trying to do something on our end of the business.
Right.
So Laura and I need to film a Bible study for our Move Live Faithfully membership. So the kids are downstairs having their quiet play time while we film that. So just got done editing this morning and then got it up published on our podcast and YouTube channel, our Move Live Faithfully YouTube channel, our mini Bible study on chapter 5. Make sure you check it out.
So then I usually do that, and then I then end out our school day with reading. They read a book to me, and then I read a chapter book to them. So just a little bit of some read alouds there, which I've really been enjoying and liking. And chapter 3, the wood. Yeah, the wood between the worlds. Dun, dun, dun. Uncle Andrew in his study vanished instantly. Then, for a moment, everything became muddled. That's kind of how we kind of end our day. And then the afternoon varies on what they do. We mix up play, mix up doing any other arts and craft type stuff, a little bit of playtime on apps I allow them to do just for a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes depending on the weather, right now we're in summer in Florida, so it rains a lot, but we try to get outside when we can in the mix of the storms. Other things that we kind of do that I just kind of wrote down, I know technology is some parents have a very flexible schedule, some are very rigid. It kind of varies.
Yeah,
and
varies here.
They go through stages where they are into apps and then they don't for a while. So we think that we try not to make it too rigid because we know that can make for more frustration. But we do try to teach them balance. They'll do sit down and watch a movie. We watch The Chosen together or something.
The Chosen a lot lately.
So that's something fun we do. And also I just want to mention, this is a schedule for the most part when we're here in our typical routine. When we do have some trips coming up that we're going to visit family and vacations and things like that. We just got done with some vacations as well. It's summer like most people. You're not always on your normal schedule. So I do want to remind you guys, this isn't going to probably happen every single day perfectly. You might even notice here on social media, we're not always active as much as we used to be. And a lot of the times it's because we're with family and we want to be really present in the moment. But also show up here for you guys as well.
Yeah, so that's generally our schedule in a nutshell, our flow that we've been doing here for the last couple weeks over the summer and what I plan to do here for the rest of July. And then they start school not till sometime in August. So I'll just kind of continue this flow. And throughout the year, I'm just continually doing my best to keep up, definitely with the table talk discussions, read alouds, and we also still do nighttime devotion time, reading time with my kids at night before bed. Ready? Here we go. Psalms 23. The Lord is my shepherd.
I have all that I need.
He leads me to rest in green pastures. He leads me to peaceful streams. He renews my strength. Guides me
in the right path.
to bring honor
To bring
His name.
honor.
Even when I walk through the darkest
When I
valley,
walk through the darkest valley,
I will not be afraid.
I will not be afraid.
For you are close beside me. Your rod and your staff
You rod and
protect
your
and comfort me.
protect and comfort me.
Great job, kids. You guys are really getting
But
yes.
yeah.
Awesome job. Anything, girls?
Yeah,
Eventually, one day I'll try to work on a nighttime video.
Yeah, nighttime Laura and I still end with some little bit more work in our personal prayer time and getting ready for bed. And sometimes we go to bed pretty close to after the kids because we're pretty wiped out. But other just ending out here just real quickly again on the homeschooling thoughts. And it's been something that sparked Lori. I've been interested in as well just because there's some things I want to relearn or freshen up on. So it's actually been exciting for me. It's like, I want to learn more about that too or freshen my mind up on that too as well. I kind of not remember things as well. And so We're super excited. We don't know where this journey is going to take us, so keep up with us over on our Instagram. The link will be down below.
So we are off to go start our school day here a little bit later, but again, we're a little bit flexible here. But again, I'm not rigid, but I do try to kind of check off these lists, and just having this very simple schedule of like, do we do this yet? Do we do this yet? It kind of keeps me on track. And I do must admit, I do think my kids have done really well, which I think a lot of kids do, with having a little bit of a schedule. They kind of know and are already prepared for things to do. So I actually feel like this has been giving us something to do for the summertime. But again, I leave a lot. We try to be done no later than 2 o'clock. Again, there's tons of breaks and playtime in the midst of that morning. Definitely always by 2, sometimes it's earlier. So they really do have, again, the all afternoon to just play and do whatever we want to do together. So it's been really fun for me. It's been eye-opening to me of touching into what life might be like if I do ever one day consider
So let us know down
homeschooling.
below if you're a mom watching and if you homeschool, what are your thoughts on it, or have you been open to it too, or what are some of your favorite resources? Because a lot of the homeschooling schools I think are just really cool resources these days. Even if Lloyd does it or not, I'm like, you can still make that an afternoon activity.
Or like do some
together.
of the stuff for summertime. Like do some of the curriculum stuff for, some of them are like 6-week or 8-week programs, and I'm like, oh, I could just do that during the summer, or do it at nighttime with the kids. And so it's just, it's been really eye-opening experience.
We're opening to it all and learning as we go. Friends, thank you so much for joining us again. Make sure you check out the link below if you want the show notes of the show to get all the links or resources Laura and I mentioned here in today's episode. We appreciate you guys so much. And if you haven't already, make sure you check out our new YouTube channel, our Move Live Faith, where we're sharing many Bible studies and our scripture workouts. And if you feel called to be a supporter of our show, you can check out the link of how you can become a supporter of us so we can keep creating content for you guys. Thank you so much. We love you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.